I'm Kairat Umarov, Deputy Foreign Minister of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Formerly, I was one of the NGO activists who was working on closing the nuclear test site. I was a member of the Nevada Semipalatinsk movement, anti-nuclear movement. It was the first grassroots organization in the former Soviet Union which was working against testing, against nuclear testing. We are here today within the forum which we are holding in Kazakhstan against nuclear testing for nuclear weapon-free world. We are at the epicenter of nuclear testing, which took place in Semipalatinsk nuclear testing site. It is one of the largest nuclear test sites which was active during the Cold War. And you know, it's a legacy of the Cold War, and today all the participants had a chance to look how it looks like, how it functioned, what are the health effects the nuclear testing had for the people's health. You know, we are here again, and we are here to tell with a very strong voice that we would like to have a nuclear-free world. We want people to overpass the legacy of the Cold War. We are not here just to remember about this particular sad pages of our history. We are here to say that we should not forget about the lessons of the past, and we have to look into the future. We have to make sure that people live in a world without the threat of nuclear testing or nuclear weapons. People should live in a prosperous world, and Kazakhstan is a very staunch supporter of this. And now, being in the official work, I myself, in my own capacity, I continue this work. I try to make people to see for themselves and to be convinced that this is a legacy which we have to overpass. We have to be courageous enough to say to the whole world that this is a very dangerous and very harmful thing. We should think about our children, about our nephews, who should live in the world without all of this kind of structures which we can see here in this Semipalatinsk nuclear testing site. And we should remember about the fates of the people who live here in this long suffering land. They were subjected to this testing and radiation. They are today afraid of giving birth to children, and psychologically it still lingers. People still remember that. People still feel that and experience that. It means that it's not a simple thing. It's not a one page which you can turn and forget. This is you have to live with. For us, it's personal stories of common people who suffered a lot being at this region which was contaminated with radiation. Of course, today we're working and making this land good for people's life, just to return it back to people's use. But still, there are some areas which by the territories could be compared to some European countries, which cannot be used for several hundred years ahead of us. So we are strongly here to tell we have to work, governments, civil society, all the people, all the layers of the society should be working against nuclear tests, against nuclear weapons. We have to forget about the rivalry of the past, and together, joining our hands, we should work for a brighter future.